AJ and Brandon both agreeing, just precautionary with both of them.
Yeah, they're good to go. It's just some things we've got to make sure that they're healthy for the game. So we don't want to have them bumping and bruising too much. So they're good to go.
AJ with his first score, how's it been coming out this week?
He was excited about it. Obviously, it's a neat deal for him. Get a touchdown as a true freshman, a meaningful one, a big one in the game. So he was excited about it. I think it gave him a little bit more juice going into this week. So he's fired up.
Can you just talk about his kind of progress? I know you guys were really pushing him when he was kind of third, I guess.
Sure.
And now he's in their second tight end. And
He's coming along. Absolutely. As with most freshmen, he's grasping the offense better. Every single day he's getting better as far as understanding the ins and outs of everything. It's easy when it's on the board, but when it's moving parts, that's when it gets a little bit tougher. So every single day he's learning with the reps he's getting, he's improving. He's focused, he's locked in, which is good. He's improving both as a receiver. Obviously had a nice catch over the weekend, but he's getting better as a blocker as well.
I think it was the first or second play of the game, Brendan took a hit where he was wincing, and Lincoln looked like he was in some pain, but he never came out of the game. What does that say about his toughness? And also, as a coach, what are you thinking, especially at a position like that when you're thin? It's kind of got to be a scary moment.
Sure. I mean, throughout a game, it's a contact sport. You're going to have moments where you have a contact that doesn't feel real good. That's part of the game, and you got to play through it. And he did a good job of he had just a little bump, and he played through that pain, which is good to see him taking that step forward and not taking himself out or anything like that. And he didn't want to come out in any way, shape, or form. So played through a little bit, and by 2 plays later, I think he was 100%. So.
What have you seen from Georgia's special team? It seemed like they've given up a few plays here and there this year, but is that still a solid unit from what you've seen?
Yeah, they are. I mean, you talk about their punt unit. I mean, their punter's averaging 48 yards a punt. I mean, their coverage unit is outstanding. I mean, they're flying down the field and tackling guys. Nobody's getting any returns on those guys. Their kickoff unit outside of 1 rep, their cover down unit is tackling guys inside the 20. I think teams are averaging just over 19 yards outside of 1 rep per return on that. So as far as that's concerned, they've got some really strong special teams. They got a couple of really dynamic guys. They've had a couple of different returners back there. So we got to be ready in our coverage units, and we've improved in our tackling over the last couple of weeks, which is a positive. We got to continue that this week because they got some real dynamic guys back there that we got to make sure that we get them down in space.
What about your tight ends from a physical standpoint? How well are you playing in terms of physical in the run game, physical pass protection, and asked to do that? Where's your level of physicality at?
Downs is playing pretty physical. He's doing a nice job as far as that's concerned. I mean, he's not 100%. There's some areas where I'd like to see him improve, but he's certainly not having a bunch of softs. We don't have a lot of your man made the tackle plays. There's a couple plays that we'd like to get back. He got beat on a pass pro one where he got beat around the corner, not for a sack, but it wasn't a play that we were real excited about. But by and large, Brendan's doing a nice job. He's progressing. He's a better player than he was 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 6 months ago. So we're getting better in that regard.
What about AJ? I know that was a huge, and it's hard for a freshman. It's probably the biggest part of the tight end adjustment is the physical nature of the game. How's he progressed there?
AJ has definitely come along. I mean, he's a guy that in the middle of camp, he wasn't going to be getting a lot of reps at that point in time. And now you see him. I mean, he's taking series when the game's on the line, when it matters. He's going in critical situations that we need him to perform well. So the fact that he's going in those situations obviously shows that he's grown our trust. We think that he's coming along. He's not there, but he's done a much better job, and he's gotten better every day, every week, which is what we're asking him to do.